On site at the first project, this one has been the bane of my life. Good morning, guys. It is 8:30 on the 22nd of December, 3 days before Christmas. And today I'm going to show you a brutally honest day in the life of a property developer, investor, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call people in 2025. Watch what happens. I'm going to document my day, me and the camera, from morning till 5 o'clock before this vlog comes out at 6. I'm going to show you the highs, the lows. Just watch what happens. First things first, we start the day with a cup of tea. I'm not really a coffee guy as much. Tea is my go-to. And also, tea bags. Growing up, we used to have PG tips. Now we have something different. Luxury gold. Am I a snob? Have I turned into a snob? Forgot my roots? No, these just taste incredible. First thing I've had to deal with today is my team. So I've spoken to them and said, I need a day to myself. I need you to cancel all of my appointments. I need you to let me do what I need to do today, because I need to make sure that I'm in the right frame of mind, I'm okay, in order to deliver the best service that I possibly can to not just my community, but to my team and the people around me. So today, I've decided to cancel everything and do things that I need to do and things that are important. Isabella wanted all of the Christmas trees in the back garden lit up like a winter wonderland.
I actually think that would have been quite viable. I would have happily got on my ladder.
Would you?
Any day of the week.
Well, it didn't happen this year because circumstances, but maybe next year. Shaved, showered, ready for the day, picked my favourite aftershave. I have a few meetings today, so it's important to always smell nice. On site at the first project, this one has been the bane of my life. And I said to you that these vlogs are going to be real, raw and honest. I need to re-bridge. My bridge has come to an end. They're charging me a ludicrous amount of interest. I had a great relationship with these lenders, like one of the best relationships I've ever had. And what actually happened was a former employee contacted them and started sending them stuff that was being said about me on social media. And they have decided that they want to basically kick a man when he's down in the balls. The thing about this lender that gets me upset is about 18 months ago, they was getting a new amount of lending from some private investors, and they asked me to give them £56,000 in early interest payments in order to help them secure their funding, and then also help them to become bigger, and they will look after me. But unfortunately, that's not what happens. And this garden also is stressing me out because it's going to cost me a fortune, and cash flow at the minute is not the greatest. So when you are bridging, guys, make sure you understand that if you do go over your bridge, they will hit you with interest rates that are absurd in the real world. So 4% is the norm. If you go over your bridging loan date, they will hit you with 4% interest a month. Now remember, on average, the interest rate is about 1% a month. So this is 4 times the amount of money that you have to pay. Now you can always speak to them. They will always have a conversation with you. If you've got a good relationship with them, they might extend it for 6 months, 12 months, however long you need. Mine's run over a lot. All my own fault. Forget what's happened. You can blame a million people and a million things, but it all down to the boss, the person who has to take it on the shoulders. So what I've come here today is to figure out how much it's going to cost me to fix the rest of the house and get it done, get it up for sale, and basically just do the maths and the numbers before the Christmas period, because I need to get this done within the next 6 weeks realistically. And how am I going to manage it? I'm staying. I make miracles happen. It's so important to make sure that everybody in your boat is actually rowing and not drilling holes, and people aren't dead weights. My builder's here. Give me a second. Hey, that's a nice surprise. He's actually pulled up to come and have a conversation with me and give me a price before the Christmas, and it was his day off today. How nice is this? Let me see if I can get some of this interaction on the camera for you, because it will help. Now, those are the types of people you actually want in your boat. Not dead weight, not drilling holes. He has come and he has said to me, Steve, listen, I know that things aren't going swimmingly at the moment. I've been around you for the last 7 years. I'm happy to come in. I'm happy to do whatever's needed, and I will work with you in order to get this finished. You know something? It's been a really difficult time. Like, I've talked about it in previous videos. I'm not going to keep going over it, but it's been a really difficult time, and it just shows that there are good people out there that still want to, you know, just be good people, basically. So, mate, thank you. I salute you, appreciate you. And when I become the biggest developer in this country, private developer as well, you will not be forgotten, my friend. It's lunchtime. I'm having steak baguette with fries and some salad stuff, which I won't be eating the salad stuff. Sitting with Luke and Sam. So Luke's a friend of mine who owns a brand called Cool Hog. He's just hit over £1 million turnover in his business. Done amazingly well. How long have you had Cool Hogs for?
Just over 4 years.
4 years. And now he's going through a rocky patch, isn't he?
Too many orders coming in, we can't keep up.
Yeah.
Good problem to have, but still a problem.
You've not had this before though, have you?
I've never had this problem.
And it's stressful?
Extremely stressful.
Okay. I'm smiling because I've been through all the stuff that he's going through. Never where we've had a backlog of orders, but the same stress is in different industries, so it's quite funny. But he's got a good right hand man who's sitting here, who he speaks very highly of. And these are, well, Luke is my friend, one of my close, I don't think there's anybody else I could actually say I have friends, like really friends, apart from Jace. So yeah, this is who I mix with. We're at the Belfry, sitting down. This is a great place to network as well. There's a lot of people. I've been coming here for forever and a day. If any of you know me, you know that this is my place. I have all my events here. I'm always here. They treat me extremely well. It's a great place. But yeah, after lunch, I will break down my bridging costs for you. Trying to figure out my next move a bit. That's why I was there today, doing the costings and breaking down what needs to be finished. And what we've got left to do is connection of the boiler. We need the kitchen finishing, we need the flooring finishing, we need 2 bathrooms installed, 2 ensuites and a bathroom installed, and then the garden's done, and then the front of the property rendered because the back's rendered. So probably about 20 to 23,000 pounds worth of work left to do. End value on it is around 400 to 425 mark, depending on how things go. Putting it up for sale in March would be good, but I haven't really got till March, if I'm honest with you. I've got another 3 properties that I need to also take care of as well. So I'm just breaking everything down, putting it all into the computer, making lists and stuff, and then making a decision on which way I want to go with it. I am planning out my strategy for 2026, and I want to fill you in with this later on, guys, when I get home. So, what development projects have I got to finish? So I'm going to make a full list of them and put down what needs to be done. What avenue do I want to buy and pursue? So making a decision on which way I want to go with this one is very important. Children's care homes is one of the main things I want to do, but I also want to make sure that I'm looking at cash flow. Cash flow is something that I've got to implement better into my business. Also, very important that I need to assess the portfolio. I need to break down the portfolio. That's really important. Then with the education, the property circle, how do I make it affordable? How do I bring the best education in the country and make it affordable? Sourcing, now how do I want to navigate that company? Because sourcing does really well, but it's a full-time job, so I need to make sure that I get on top of that. The mortgages, what is the plan for the mortgage company? How do I grow that into an unbelievable revenue stream, cash flow? Got to figure that one out. Earn and learn partners, I need to map out plan of action to make sure that everyone's looked after, everyone's taken care of, and everybody moves forward correctly.
Am I going to do everything online or in person? Because my e-products are unbelievable, but I don't know which way I want to go with it. And then since the portfolio is key.
Well, I have a lot to do, and I'm breaking it all down as we speak, and it is part and parcel of the journey. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. No business will survive without cash flow, and we had 7 figures in the bank in May. We're in December. We definitely don't have that in the bank at the minute, and cash flow is the biggest killer of every business, and my business is suffering because of cash flow. So I've got to implement things that make sure in 2026 we do not lose sight of cash flow. You're going to hear me talk about it a lot. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. It's what keeps businesses alive. It's a very, very, very difficult world to navigate when you've got so much going on. And one of the key things that I need to implement is who I put in positions of power. I've got a very good team around me at the minute. They're doing really well. They need a lot of nurturing and a lot of tightening up in certain places, but I'm not just adding anyone to my company structure anymore. I've got to poach people. I've got to make sure they come from positions of power and not from positions of dreaming. I used to hire from my community, I used to give people opportunities, but the thing that used to let me down was they are trying to replicate what I do. That's why they come to me to learn. So they have a vision and a plan, and it's not what matches with mine. Their dreams and ambitions was always to be like me, and then I'm trying to implement them in jobs. So it's my fault. I messed up, but I can admit it. One of my missions today is to make sure these all go to the charity shop. All of this gets sorted out now, because this closet is an absolute tip shit, and half of this stuff I don't even wear. So let's clean it all out and get it down to where it needs to go. Anybody sees anything they like, let me know. And literally all of this is going in the bin or to the charity shop. Quick pit stop. Make sure the little one here is fed. She's having a milk before she gets put down to go to sleep. I'm watching Harry Potter. One of my favourite films ever. All of them. I'll catch up with you in a minute when she goes to sleep. I'll say in a minute. Could be 10 minutes, could be 1 hour, could be 6 hours. Either way, I will catch up with you shortly. Deliveries for Christmas. One car looking like that, and then this one needs to go and get cleaned. Look at that, a disgrace. Also, look at this. Isabella, I still haven't fixed it. What did you do, darling?